Right, here we go. It's qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix at the Ring here in my F1 1983 season. Ah, it's all right. I guess it'll be all right tomorrow. Here is the championship. After 10 rounds, remember the last one was at the Ring in Germany, and so Nelson Piquet leads just by 2 points from René Arnoux now, who got a second place in Germany, I believe. Alain Prost, who had a bit of a poor result in Germany, on 39 points, still only 6 off the lead, and then we've got a 15-point gap after Prost to Patrese, and then myself, Tombay, Warwick, and Cheever, as you can see, rounding out the championship. So yes. It's all systems a go. So let's get this automobilista. Here we go. Right. Ah, perfect. Right. So it's time for qualifying. This is not it. Turn to your box. Up to the end of the practice. Right. Okay, tanker steps. Right. Qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix, Österreich Ring. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to load in the setup. Austrian Grand Prix. That's the qualifying setup. Perfect. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Either way, tanker steps all the way. Right. Okay, so here we are. Qualifying. Oops, forgot about that. We'll let the Derek Warwick past. Whew. Right, okay, let's warm the tyres up. So it was tricky Hockenheim with the power circuit part of it. There were lots of straights at Hockenheim. It's the old Hockenheim, well, fairly old. Oops. And I warm the tyres up. And this one, we've got a few fast bits as well in this one for the turbos, but I don't know. I did a bit of practice and it didn't seem too bad. So we're going to get our eye in here, try and set some good lap times. As per normal, we're going to try and beat the rest of the non-turbos, the normally aspirated cars. In the corners though, we do catch the turbos, but then they pull away on the straights. Very realistic of the time, back in the early 80s. Is that a bit quick? No, okay. So this is Arnoux in front, but of course as well you've got the fast there. Added complication of working out whether they're on outlaps. A lot of these are on outlaps when they just started, so sometimes on the outlaps they're a little bit slower and they build up for their main qualifying lap. Okay, well, we've got PK. Wow. That's one of the fastest engines of the year, on the season, on the grid. I'm trying to think, first gear? Quite tight, that twisty, that little chicane. I think it might take a little while for it to get back up to speed again. That's normal. Barbecue is nice though. Yep. Burgers, sausages, you name it. Minty lamb koftas, chicken skewer, chorizo things, all sorts of malarkey going on. Salad. Someone's getting confused between the Marlboro McLaren and the Alpha. That's an Alpha, believe it or not. It's very similar colours to the Marlboro McLaren, the Alfa Romeo. Slightly more red in it, I think. And you can tell when they fly past me because it's got a turbo in the engine of the Alfa, and there's no turbo in the Marlboro McLaren. Into second gear here. Right. We're building up to a faster lap. We still need to download Crew Chief. I still haven't done it yet. Can't believe I've done it yet. Need to download it and install it. Our first lap is always way off. Another sort of power circuit track really, so almost glad to get through this one. Hockenheim, Österreich Ring, but we'll see. I think we can quite easily get quite a few seconds better than we are. We've already gained over a second on that lap so far, already halfway through. When you get your eye in, you can get back, chop off seconds here and there. I think this next right-hander, we turn early enough. There's a car on my right, I can't turn. Normally you can turn early enough and then gain another half second or more sometimes. See that we've bagged another nearly 2.5 seconds here. So we've reached the Ligier pace now. Right, let's see if we can. Now, is this the second gear? Can we get away with second gear here? Okay, so we gained 1.5 seconds just in that section alone. So it is amazing, isn't it? You build up, and you tweak here and there your line and speeds, and you can just gain seconds in sectors. Almost 2 seconds better now. Ultimate goal, as we say, is to try and beat the non-turbos, the normally aspirated cars. Qualifying, that's always the gauge. Let's go for an early turn in. Perfect. Yeah, this is the better lap, isn't it? Good exit maybe. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're getting better. We're getting closer to the non-turbos. Wow, sort of pushed him off a bit there. He was on an out lap. So what have we got? Oh, wow, I think we just need 1 more second somewhere from our ultimate target, I believe. Sometimes a bit of a moving target. The cars get better, set better time sometimes. As the rubber gets laid down throughout the hour qualifying session was back in the day. So that slowed us down. The Stefan Johansson there coming out the pits. Whoops, looking at the relative standings. So 5.7 is about 138.8. Is that about there? Whoops. Oh, yeah, messed that up completely. Yeah. Back to the pits for a new car. So, okay. Ultimate. I don't really understand Elio De Angelis, his pace, to be honest. Because I thought he was. It's a bit of an anomaly there. I don't understand it. He's so much faster than Ansel. Maybe there's some sort of bug. I don't know. But anyway, we're looking to try and get P13 John Watson, 137.8. So that's a second we need there. A second. So not enough pit stalls or something. Got to watch out if that happens in the race. Right. So we want to try and second. We're going to find a second. I think it's doable. We've been picking up seconds left, right, and centre. We really have. I think it's doable. Obviously tomorrow is the big one, the race. I'm going to try and fit it in somewhere. Probably around this time tomorrow, the race. Probably a long race, I think. Faster here. I turned a bit early there. Got a bit of grass action. Let's get a good exit out of here if we can. Go. Look at that turbo. You can't compete with that, can you? Problem is now he's going to hold me up in twisty bits, isn't he? Oh, okay. Alright, so just over a tenth made up there. I'm going to just make up tenths here and tenths there. We do want a second in total though, that's the problem. Oh, we're up to half a second better now. Our best lap. That's good. Got to just find another half a second on the rest of this track. Could be tricky. Might get a little bit later. Turn please. Broke even in that little sector there really. Still 4 tenths down. Oh, the accelerator really early. Right, with 2 tenths to find, I think. Maybe 3. Okay. Don't take a step to your back. That was a quick. Are you eating already? Right. Or maybe you're eating now. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to find this last 3 tenths. Gotta try my best. Might need some draft from another car. Should be on a turbo. Oh! Has it been gone all the time, or is it just gone now? Sorry about the cam, guys. I'll try and sort that out. Is it literally just gone? Or did I forget to put it on? Well, once I finish this little these few laps, I will pop it back on. Sorry. Surprised didn't see it earlier. Oh, okay. Whenever you alt tab in this game, I forget it pauses the game. So sorry about that. Lack of immersion there for a second. Hopefully that's okay. Right. See, I'm happy though. I've beaten. Oh, look how loud this got so close to us. That's 6 thousandths, is that, I think? Yeah, I got it back on. I had to alt tab. This lap's not so good, but maybe we can just get the next lap going. Again, I think we did this last Grand Prix, didn't we? We've split the two McLarens between Watson and Lauda, I think. I think we did that in qualifying last time, didn't we? Or maybe we beat them both in the end, I'm not sure. Right. We need to get a good exit here, I think. Oh, good. Tracy's got in the pits. I still don't know if first or second gear is best here. Oh, we got a few tenths. 3 tenths, I think. Come on. We only need 3 tenths. Ah, we lost a little bit there. Lost a tenth or so. Come on. Oh, yes. That section, we can pick up a few tenths in that section there. That's good. Okay, this is a good right-hander here. Yes, come on. Oh yes, this is a good lap so far. Yes, yes, yes. This is about. Come on. 137.2 is that? Try first gear. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm happy with that lap. I know it sounds silly being 4 seconds behind the turbo, best turbo car, but that's the reality of it, really. In qualifying, our race really is against the normally aspirated, and to a certain degree in the race as well. for the power circuits, like you know, the circuits that rely on powerful engines. Is this slightly better? No. They're behind there. Did we mess this up last time a little bit? We took 2 bites of the cherry last time. We've got to keep the foot down. Right. Okay, over the brow. Nelson Piquet, I think, on an in lap, so hopefully he's not going too slowly. So it's an out lap because normally he's going a lot quicker than that. Yes, this is it. This is it, boys. 1:37 dead, just over. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're 7 tenths better than Watson. Nah, it's just trying too fast. I'm really happy with that though, really happy. I think I put too much biofreeze on my back. It's burning. Shouldn't have put that much on. Right, okay. I'm happy with that lap. Over the moon, in fact, I think the expression. We haven't got enough fuel. Out of fuel. Without fuel. Wow, it slows down really so quickly. I can get pushed back the rest of the way. What am I doing? Oh yeah, front bit box. I'll tell you what, I'm so happy with that. P13. So all these, see, the turbo engine is going to be pole position. PK, Arnaud, Tombe, Cheever, Prost. I suppose Prost is not a little bit higher actually. PK's done a good job there. Trace is a bit low in the other rubber. Amazing. Well behind his teammate. But I'll tell you what. And that sounds a bit. Look at that jump, and that's normal. The jump between. I don't know if you can see where it highlights it to you guys, but we're doing that. But the big jump. So Stefan Johansson, 134.8, and I've done 137.0. But that is literally the divide when you get the non-turbos. Really happy with that. Really happy. Over the moon. Oh, excellent. I've still got some time left, obviously, half an hour yet to try and improve on it. But I do like that setup, and I'll be interested to see how I do it on race pace with all the fuel on board. I say all on fuel. I don't think I've got enough fuel to. I think everyone's got to pit for fuel at some point in this race. I think there's a lack of fuel. I'm wondering whether the layout's slightly different in this one from the one that's run, and I've got the lap slightly wrong, so maybe tomorrow's race will be slightly longer, and therefore we may need to pit. Everyone may have to pit at least once, and possibly that one will be maybe change the tyres and a little bit of fuel. We'll have to see though. Happy with that though, so far. It's gone really well. I wonder if I can just squeak a 136. I wonder. 136 maybe. Right. might just put the light on actually. So we got three. No, we haven't got three at all. We've got 4 rounds after this. Yes. So this is round. This is round 11 of the championship. We've had 10 rounds so far. This is round 11, Austrian Grand Prix, which will be tomorrow. And then after that, we've got rounds 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 4 more rounds after this one. The Dutch Grand Prix with no Zandvoort, so we're substituting it with Cavello track. Okay, and then the last 3, we have got the tracks in Automobilista 2 for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, the European Grand Prix at Brands Hatch, and the South African Grand Prix at Kalami, last round of the season. So, although we're not vying for the championship, which was unexpected, this is the first season, it's going to be tough. We're in a low-ranked car without a turbo, so I think around this time, maybe slightly later, but around this time I think it was, they actually had, because of the sheer difference between the turbo engine cars and the normally aspirated cars, they did have like a little, sort of like a championship for the non-turbos almost. Yeah, I don't know if that was a little bit later than '83, but it was around that time. I remember they had, I forget the name of the championship, they had a little trophy for the end of the season. Just for the sheer difference. I think they tried to, they made some amendments after that time to try and make it a bit slightly to sort out the unbalance, as it were. But then basically, I mean, later on they did away with the turbos completely, and they had everyone had the same, and then you know, peaks and troughs just changed throughout the years. Obviously we've got hybrids in nowadays, but in those days little changes here and there, and it kind of evened the playing field a little bit with regards to the turbo side of it and the engine side of it. But then obviously some cars could develop better than others with the teams, and yeah, throughout the years you see the like you had the Mercedes era recently, and the Red Bull era, and going back the Ferrari, and then into the 90s obviously you had McLaren for a little while, you had Williams going back, and then McLaren again before that in the old late 80s, early 90s, and then yeah, so there you go really. And then you go back to 83. This is you had the Brabham BMWs, which when they didn't have any issues, they were maybe the class of the field. But the Alain Prost in the Renault was very good as well. But alas, sometimes the Renault engine was a little bit fragile. So yeah, that's what stopped him, I think, winning or getting closer to Piquet. I think in some of these seasons. This is Prost's first season. Was this Prost's first season? I'm trying to think now. No, it wasn't at all. I don't know how many seasons Prost had. 80, it's 83. So I think he moved to McLaren, didn't he, for 84. And Watson. This is, I think, possibly Watson's last year. And so Prost took Watson's place, and Niki Lauda stayed for a little bit longer before he retired for the second time. Right, okay, let's go out again and do some, do some. I wonder whether to do any full fuel runs. I've done some of my sneak practice, just to feel the difference. Now I've kind of got my eyes honed in on the qualifying type lines and speeds. Maybe see what the full fuel's like again, ready for tomorrow's Grand Prix. Tracy needs to work on his P10 at the moment on the grid. That's quite poor for the Brabham outfit. Tracy, considering his teammates on pole currently. Right, let's do one more quali run to try and see if we can get a 136. You never know. We only need a few. We don't need many thousands, or maybe a tenth to do it. Oh, someone's Lost the car, I think. Oh, that's a bit crazy. He's having a bad time of it. Don't know if that's his engine or he just lost, or he just spin and that was his tyres. Either way, I think he's ruined his tyres, maybe. He may have to pit straight away for that. We'll have to see. Right, Danny Sullivan in front in the Tyrrell. I wonder if we can get the draft from here to turn 1. He's probably going to get in the way of turn 1, isn't he? See if we can get round him. Oh no, straight is fine. Goodness. Well, I mean, it was only a draft as well. We didn't actually lose out too much then. Come on, Tracy. No, go away. No, come back, be toe. Oh, Danny Sullivan's in my toe. Half a second behind my best. I really did hook that up with that lap. I'm not sure I'm going to get it. Be able to beat that 37 dead. I really did hook it up. The tyres are quite with me up. Maybe next lap will be the tyres will be up to speed. Wow, I did really hook that lap up last time, didn't I? Go. See how well we can get around here. Oh! Wow! 3/10. 2.5 on exit. Not so good on exit, but it's our best. Yes. Hooking it up, baby. Hooking it up. I mean, we're not going to get a place, but we can try and get more of a buffer to the McLarens, just in case they improve, for sure. I really want to get the race fuel in now to see how we do. There. A bit. Oh yes, half a second here. We have got a 46. 36, sorry. 36.5. Perfect. Alan Prost has gone fastest. Wow. Okay. Alan Prost has suddenly shown up with a good time in the Renault. Wow. That's a bit better for him, for sure. Keep on piling on. Keep going, Ben. It's qualifying. If you bin it now, that's it. Doesn't matter. They might have to repair it before the race, but tomorrow. Let's not change up. No. Drifting wide. A couple of stabs at that. trying to over. Just trying to overdrive really, but it's working. The car is stopping and just about getting the apex in. No, wow, I don't know. I'm not sure that. Let's go for a Banzai last one and pit if we're behind. Then put some race fuel in and just have a go with that. Oh, it's quite good. There's a little bit hang on through there. How did I hang on to the tarmac? I thought I was going to end up with grass, on the grass there, but don't know how I managed that. Managed to get it turned. Full beans, full beans. I don't know how I managed to get around there. We've just shaved another 10th. 136.4. Wow. Someone's come out the pits in front of us. Come on, Nige. Oh well. I don't know if I would have beaten that anyway. Oh, hey Macintosh. Was it really? Wow. That's interesting. Well, now then, the thing is, I think I've not messed up completely, but I think I might have set the amount of laps slightly wrong. I've set the amount of laps for a 1983, what it was, but I'm using the 77 track because it's the closest. But I think maybe the 77 track is slightly a fraction longer. I don't know. So I'd have to check 1977 maybe and see what pole time was for that. See if that was slower. But then it's an 83 car, so you can't take that as read. So yeah, you can't get an exact comparison. But yeah, interesting. Obviously that was a turbo. That was probably PK or something like that in real life. Right, let's see what. Let's put it in. Let's put it in. I'm really liking that though. That's a good time. That's better than I did in practice. So that's perfect. Yeah, Macintosh is. This is the thing. I can't always get an exact. Like for example, Brands Hatch hasn't massively changed over the years, but only the a fairly recent version exists in Automobilista 2 currently at the moment. So having to use that, which is there's slight change, not much. Hasn't changed over the years much, thank goodness. A few of the corners, a little bit profiles changed fractionally, but I've tried to get as close as possible. Like Monza, we're using the 91. I know it's after 83, but it's closer than the 71 or whatever it was, with the whole the turns. It's very similar. Didn't think it changed much. Kalami 77. Yep. Yeah. So there we go. Unfortunately, no. As I say, no Zandvoort in this game currently. It's a shame. Even if I got added now, or, you know, before I raced it, in 2 weeks' time, I can't put it in because it's I've already made the championship. You can't edit it when you're going along like that. So yeah, but we're having to substitute it with Cavello, unfortunately. But hey ho, never mind. Hopefully Zandvoort will come soon. Yeah, but Monza, Brands Hatch and Calum in the last 3 races after that, not a problem. So, tell you what, it looks like Watson and Lauda are not improving, which is good. I'm not sure how to exit the... Oh yeah, there we go. Happy with that though, happy with that. This is the problem, the race is going to be slightly longer than it should be, maybe next tomorrow then. Not sure. And maybe they may have to put some bit of extra fuel in. It might work in my advantage, you never know. But still, the turbo cars were going to be turboing, and the non-turbos will be putting along a little bit slower. Next season, still there's still talks about my, you know, who I'm going to be racing for and what series. In fact, you know, whether I'll be staying in F1, not sure. Whether I'll be competing in the FIA World Endurance Championship, the WEC, we're not sure. That's a possibility for 1984. We'll have to see. There's contractions going ahead. Contractions? Is that something women have? Anyway, we're having talks. Yeah, so there's a few possibilities for 1984. We'll have to see. But I don't think we're going to wait and for whole calendar years. We're going to maybe have a 2-week break and then start the new season. Otherwise, we'll be always so far behind, won't we? Because 83 is like 41 years or something behind real life. So, yeah, we'll gradually start catching up, maybe. But yeah, so that'll be good. So, possibility, if it's not Formula One, maybe WEC, or we'll have to see. But I know for certain we hope to be in Formula One, and if not next season, then definitely back for the 1985 season. Be nice to have a 1984 because that's, I think, fairly iconic, and if you haven't got it in any sims to a decent standard, it would be a shame. You had Ayrton Senna and Martin Brundle, fresh from their first and second championship and runner-up in the British Formula 3 championship in 1983, joining the 84 grid for the Formula 1. Iconically, Senna in his Tolman. That's a nice car. Yeah, and Brundle had Beloff as his teammate for that season as well. He's joined in 84. Another great driver, sadly taken too early. Yeah, it was a good season, I thought. You had the Monaco Grand Prix that year, if you remember it, where the clerk of the course, Jackie X, under information or under guidance from the, I think the FIA or something like that, stops the Grand Prix to Prost's advantage, awarding half points, and I think Senna and maybe Beloff as well would have probably overtaken Prost within 5 or so laps. They were flying, and it was the weather was bad, but I don't think it was any worse than it was 10 laps previous to when the red flag came out. It's a shame. It would have been nice to see what happened at the end, but I guess maybe in the interest of possibly safety, Prost won the race with the red flag. Although people may say karma because the half points he got from that lost him the championship that year by half a point from his teammate that particular season, Niki Lauda. I don't think there's any spoilers there. It's 41 years ago, so if you haven't seen it by now or know the results, then I don't think it's a spoiler. Anyway, you know what we're going to do? We're going to just pop out briefly and load in the... Now, I know for sure that we can't make it on 77 laps of fuel. There's not enough in the car. And I don't think any of the cars will be able to fill up. So, yeah, this is just over half distance fuel. So this is what I'll be using for the race. Again, we don't know the weathers. The weathers can be... always freaks me out when you get cars ghosting, just coming out of the pits. Don't get an iRacing. Now then, yeah, so... Well, apart from the pit lane section, pit stalls. Yeah. So I just don't know. We're using realistic weather, and I've made a point of not putting in the exact dates of the Grand Prix, because if you know the Grand Prix fairly well, or you can look it up, I can look it up, you can tell exactly what happens in the Grand Prix. So what I do is I grab the exact date that we are racing now, or tomorrow's date for the Grand Prix, but putting it back to 1983 on that particular date. So we get a pretty good idea of, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Then you get random, it's not random, historic weather, but you don't know when it's going to be. So I think that's really good. I think that was my best. That was the best idea I come up with regards to the weather side of it. Because yes, you want it to be completely historic and changeable if you possibly, but also not knowing it is the best, because it's real life. You didn't really know. You had weather forecasts back then, of course, and they weren't bad, but you never quite know for sure. So you can't exactly definitely say it's going to rain at this time, or it's going to be dry the whole race and cloudy at this time. It's a little bit of indecision within the teams around that time, and these days really as well. Not always get the weathermen don't always get it right, do they? And of course you get changes into directions, wind and rain, wind, and all sorts of stuff going on. Right, so this trying to get the tyre up to temperature, and we're going to see what sort of lap times. I know we're less than 15 minutes away from the end, from the checkered flag, and I'm keeping an eye on Watson and Lauda in case they put in a crazy lap and go in front of me, and then I can dart back in the pits for one last qualifying try. But in the meantime, we've got the heavier fuel load now. So it does feel a little bit heavier as well. It's not quite. Yeah. Can't just fling it in there. The back is a bit. It's all a little bit different. Feels a bit sloshy with all that sloshy fuel in there. A bit heavier. Can't quite brake as late and then just turn the car on a dime. On a sixpence, as they used to say, pre-1971 decimalisation in the UK. 1971, what good year it was, the year I was born. Decimalisation was near the start of the year, like March or something, February, March, and I was born in October. So, 7 or 8 months after decimalisation. UK. Yeah, it's a little bit different now with the fuel. I'm so happy with that. We've got 1.1 seconds over Lauda, where a bunch of other normally aspirated cars behind that. Watson and Lauda, yeah. So 13th on the grid, 7th row. Hopefully we get a good start. Keeping the toe of some of these turbo engine cars. Talking of turbo engine cars, look at Andrea De Cesaris, 4th on the grid. So Andrea De Cesaris, he was a one, wasn't he? He was sometimes, maybe even unfairly, called Andre De Crasheris, but he did have his fair share of crashes. It was true, but he was also very quick in his turbo Alpha around this time. I think he was even too heavy. I don't know, Andrea De Cesaris. What's coming? Can I somehow do it? No. Rick Watson's coming. We've done it bulk in, they'll be saying we did it on purpose. There he goes. Oh, slippery there. So, I think at Long Beach, I'm not sure what year it was now, whether it was 1982, 3. I think he was either on pole or the front, and he was leading for a while, quite a while. It was one of those races at Long Beach. I remember distinctly Andrew Lachez was leading for some time. Right. So he was pretty good, just a little bit in and out with his crashes and little issues. Go. Yeah, I did enjoy Hockenheim last week. I mean, okay, the result wasn't great, maybe because of the turbo, but the actual track itself brings back brilliant memories. And yeah, I remember this one. Nicky Lauda's home track. I think it was this. Yeah, I think it was this exact Grand Prix. I seem to remember. I think it was literally this year. I mean, it may have been 82, but it could have been 83. I think maybe. I remember my parents going to a local public house, and having a Sunday lunch there. And obviously, I was only probably 11 or something, 10, whatever year it was. Having a bit of a tantrum, crying tantrum, so I wanted to get back and not miss the start of the Grand Prix. Kind of rushing them out. I remember this well. It was this Grand Prix, and I think I did get back for that one. It was. Whoa. Okay. Stay on the barrier. Not that one though. Yeah. I remember it well with the two PK Matresi and the two Brabham, sorry. Oh! I didn't really want to do that. I was trying to do the LSI racing. I was doing the GMI racing, which is no good. But if I've got any damage, I need to install Crew Chief. I think I will, after this, look to try and install it. We've got 7 seconds to get back on the track. Right. Okay. Whew. Yes. Old memories. I think it was Alan. Oh my goodness, the car's undrivable. Memories of Alain Prost and René Arnoux in the Renault. So that was obviously the year before this, 82. Memories of them going round. Paul Ricard. I don't know why, but whether they had the fuel or special engines because they were French, Renault. Ricard, but they always used to do really well there. I was away in holiday camp, holiday type place one day. And that was on the black and white TV. Right. Wow. So it's looking quite good. I'm really happy with that. I couldn't imagine getting that time before. Let's just one last check to see what the time was again. So 1:36.4. I have improved a fair bit throughout the day, and that's definitely my fastest. Obviously with low fuel because it's qualifying, but out of all my runs, qualifying and race, that was the fastest I've ever done with this car track combo. So I'm really happy with that. 13th, starting from 13th. If we can get a good start and get within the turbo cars. Maybe stay with a few, because I think they said this before, that yes, there's a crazy difference between the turbo engine cars in practice, in qualifying, sorry, but they were quicker in qualifying as a ratio than race to the normally aspirated, because they had these super engines that they could just turn up the max, and you know, maybe they would blow or something like that, or have issues, but sometimes, and certainly in the race, if they turned their engine up anywhere near, they would possibly blow the engine, overuse the fuel, that kind of thing. So that's why they're super fast in qualifying, and the race they're still very fast, especially on the straights, but not quite as so. The gap's slightly less, still there, quite a bit, but well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. If we can get in the draft of some of these turbo cars, I think we can have a good run. Yeah, can have a good run. Right, let's pop the quali fuel back in there. So that's around 45, 46 laps. It says there. I know I've got 40 laps written up there, but it's a rough guide, isn't it? Right, so let's get out there a few more laps to finish the session, and then hopefully, I don't think the McLarens have got it in them to beat that time. I think that's a very good time I've set there. Don't mind saying myself. No, I don't think I can trouble to beat that. Hooked up pretty much all my apexes and sectors there. So we've got the big two in the championship. Well, I say the big two, big three really, isn't it? Because you've got Alain Prost, who's third in the championship. He's on pole at the moment. Rignon, who's second in the championship, is currently third in the grid, provisionally. And Nelson Piquet, who's leading the championship currently, is second on the grid provisionally at the moment. So the three first, second, and third in the championship are actually first, second, and third on the grid. So makes sense, I guess. Kind of looking forward to. This is my first season, obviously, but I'm looking forward to maybe fighting for, you know, battling the big boys next season, maybe in whatever series I'm in. I think I've paid my initiation time in the lower ranked car team. Start gunning for multiple victories and maybe even for a championship. You never know. My career is still in its infancy at the moment, but looking forward to wherever it brings us. Amazing difference with the tyres are not really. Hey Woody, yes, this is a good track. And I hooked up my best lap time ever, PB. I know it's 13th, but we all know the turbo engines got the powerful qualifying engines, and they can just, I don't know, they got a stick of dynamite under them for them. But yeah. Do you remember Woody? Back in the day, you had people like, I don't know if this is maybe slightly later, but not much later than this. I think there was predominantly the turbo cars and the normally aspirated, and I don't think the normally aspirated wherever car team at one stage were ever going to be world champion. So they had like an extra championship, didn't they? Like for the lower teams without the goodies, as it were. I forget the name of it, but I remember Jonathan Palmer being in that one year. Kind of a little championship for the normally aspirated. It's a bit weird, but yeah, it was the haves and the have-nots with the turbo engines and the non-turbos. For a lot, especially in a lot of the power circuits, for sure. You didn't stand much of a chance if you wasn't in a turbo engine at some of these power tracks. just seeing off the last few laps, doubt we're going to get anywhere near the... Still not quite got the tyres with us yet. But don't look anything up on the Google now, because you obviously might not want to know anything about Formula 1. And in fact, I'm going to watch it later. I'm guessing the qualifying's happened. I don't want to know. Obviously, no one does because I haven't seen it. But I'm going to watch that later. Chicotto, slower cars. Ah, Johnny Chicotto. Now, we was talking about the Tolman, wasn't we, in 1984? As Senna came into the championship. Johnny Chicotto was Senna's teammate. Oh, wow, look at that. That's one place where I can even beat the turbos. That line I can get. The other cars don't seem to be on that line I can. Well, yeah, there we go. So it looks like P13. I don't think Watson and now does. McLaren's going to get my time there. Whoops. Sorry, engine. There we go. Let's just bring it in. Qualifying session's over. Really happy though. I wanted 13th. I got 13th. I don't know why. I may need to tweak with settings, maybe, but I don't know why Elio De Angelis is so fast. Because I'm pretty sure the Lotus didn't have a turbo engine. Pretty sure maybe those top 11 are the turbos. So we'll have to revisit that and have a look. He shouldn't be as quick as that, I think. We'll have to do some checking. The any files and stuff. Go on, I think he's actually on it out. I think he's on it in lap anyway. The feet's going quick. I'm pretty sure they will have passed the line after we went to 0. Just in case. We're not on a good lap, so we're just going to head back to the pits. It. Too busy looking to see if that's my teammate in my rear mirror. This is interesting because Thierry Boutsen, I don't know if there's enough pit stalls for this track. Thierry Boutsen's behind me as my teammate, so this will be interesting. Right, really happy with 13th on the grid for tomorrow's. Does that normally happen? It takes over like that? Interesting. Might have to tweak the settings. So there we go. There we have it. It's the here are the qualifying positions for the race. Grid positions for the tomorrow's Austrian Grand Prix. There we go. Alain Prost on the pole. Nelson Piquet on the front row with him. And René Arnoux third. The big three in the championship are first, second and third on the grid. Yeah. Then we've got Andrea de Cesaris has done a really good job in his Turbo Alpha. Patrick Tambay in the second of the Ferraris. Eddie Cheever in the second of the Renaults. Patrese in the second of the Brabhams, down in 8th behind Derek Warwick in the Tolman. Mauro Baldi, the second of the Alphas, in 9th. Stefan Johansson in his Spirit Honda Turbo, 10th. Manfred Winkelhock in the ATS is in 11th. So there we go. Have a little just scroll down here and see Elio De Angelis 12th, myself in 13th, the two McLarens, Watson and Lauda 14th, 15th, Rosberg in 16th, Alboreto, Lafitte, Mansell and Danny O'Sullivan round up the top 20, and we got Terry Boutsen, the two Ligiers of Jean-Pierre Jarier and Raoul Boesel, and then Johnny Cecotto in the final position there. Wow, look at that. So yeah, looking forward to the race tomorrow. Should be a good one. We don't know what the weather's going to be, of course. It's historic weather from tomorrow's date back in 41 years ago, 1983. Deliberately not done it the same date as the Royal Grand Prix because, of course, again, I said earlier, then I'll know possibly what the weather's like from watching the Grand Prix. This way we've got historic weather, so it's anything could happen like real weather, but for the date, tomorrow's date in 1983. Perfect. So there we go. Yes, join me for the race tomorrow. Should be a good one.